Okay, David, thanks. Developing story tonight. 2 teenagers accused of carjacking, kidnapping, and rape facing even more trouble. Our cameras caught the 2 headed to court this morning before a judge denied their bond. Remy Harvey and Eddie Devine, just 13 and 16 years old. Police tell us they forced a 29-year-old woman into her car at gunpoint Saturday. Authorities say she told them they later sexually assaulted her and took off in her car. Both suspects were charged as adults. Now police say they could face more than a dozen new charges, including armed robbery and auto theft. Now to a story you will only see right here on 16 WAPT News. A Jackson mother in court accused of biting her 2 young kids. As 16 WAPT's Andrew Kinsey reports, this is not her first run-in with the law.
Bound with shackles and handcuffs, deputies escorted 24-year-old Cassandra Davis into the Hinds County Courthouse Monday.
Did you bite your kid?
Police say Davis bit her 5- and 6-year-old children. Their injuries so severe they had to be treated at a local hospital. The lead detective in the case testified that the attack happened inside of Davis's home on Daniel Street back on March 16th. In a statement, Davis's 6-year-old daughter says it was her mother who bit her and her sibling. Police say both kids had multiple bite marks all over their bodies.
When they took your kids out of the home, how does that make you feel?
Davis had nothing to say about the charge against her, but her arrest history shed some light into her background. Jail records report shows JPD arrested her 6 times in the past 4 years. Charges ranging from domestic violence to child endangerment and DUI.
Now, Cassandra Davis's attorney convinced the judge to grant her a $10,000 bond. She said her client is in no way a danger to the community. As part of her bond, she is to have no contact with her 2 kids. This case now heads to a grand jury. In downtown Jackson, outside the Hinds County Courthouse, Andrew Kinsey, 16 WAPT News.
Jackson police tell us the children are now being cared for by a relative. The Hinds County Board of Supervisors voted unanimously to look at building a new jail in Jackson. Last month, a riot at the Raymond Detention Center left 1 inmate dead, at least 7 others injured, and caused some significant damage to the jail. One supervisor told us it's time to move forward with a new facility.
They're sick of us to keep talking about it and not building anything. If they can have a new jail in Rankin County, Madison County, surely we can have a new jail in Hinds County. And I think that we just need to bite the bullet. Let's do what's right. Let's move the jail back to Jackson. Let's build a new jail.
The Hinds County Board of Supervisors did not set a timeline at this meeting for when they will take the next steps to build a new facility. New tonight at 6, state leaders say there is a hog menace in Mississippi. So many wild pigs are running loose, authorities have made it open season. In tonight's case file, 16 WAPT's Bert Case takes a look at where hogs are running wild.
54-year-old Tony Hammonds of near Hopewell in Copiah County is a hog hunter who also shot this video with my camcorder. Tony went hunting with some of his friends up in Yazoo County earlier this month. They found plenty of hogs and were able to catch a few. It's perfectly legal in Mississippi to hunt wild hogs year-round because the Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks knows they have become a nuisance and their population needs to be reduced. Hammond says they're tearing up crops.
They're devastating crops, and they're getting closer to town. They're starting to tear people's yards up.
Hogs can be dangerous. In fact, a hog cut Tony's hand in this hunt. He showed us with this hog skeleton how they can really hurt you.
If he ever gets close enough and hits you with one of those tusks, chances are you're going to have an artery cut.
The hogs were originally brought here by explorers like Hernando de Soto, who discovered the Mississippi River in the northwestern part of this state in 1541. The hogs were brought along to always be a source of fresh meat for de Soto and his men. Hammonds tells us the hogs are good to eat.
It tastes like prime rib.
Tony tells us the average hog in the woods here in Copiah County grows to be about 250 pounds. And he says there are thousands of them here along the Pearl River. Bert Case, 16 WAPT News, Copiah County.
Well, you will only see case files right here on 16 WAPT News. You can relive these one-of-a-kind stories online anytime at our website. That's WAPT.com. Two area schools cut their Easter holidays short to make up snow days. Here is a look at students getting dropped off at Murrah High School this morning. Today was a full school day for them. Jackson Public Schools missed 2 snow days during the winter weather back in January. Today was their last makeup day. They spent a Saturday in class earlier this month. And classes at Clinton City Schools were also in session today. Buses were very busy unloading at Clinton High School this morning. State law requires students attend 180 school days a year. That means they have to make up missed days because of this year's harsh winter weather.
I think we should have had the day off. We just need to spend time with our families, and I'm still under the weather, so I just like a free day off.
I'm not too upset about it, but we were all Friday, so that's all that really matters, I guess.
Well, today is the only make-up snow day for Clinton Public Schools. Today, Governor Phil Bryant signed 3 bills that could have a major impact on law enforcement in Mississippi. The most anticipated, a bill to fund training for highway patrolmen. 16 WAPT's Emily Alexander went to the state capitol to find out more about the trooper training.
With the stroke of a pen, Governor Bryant confirmed $7 million for a new trooper training class. The Commissioner of Public Safety says right now, MHP is in a crisis, down 148 troopers from full staff.
All we've been doing actually is working accidents. We don't have the troopers out there to actually enforce the laws of the state, but we're going to get there.
This money for MHP has been controversial. Back in February, the lieutenant governor fought against sending extra cash. He said with $50 million, the Department of Public Safety already had enough.
The fact of the matter is we have, over the last couple of years, continued to increase their funding, and they have continued to not fund the things that they say are so important.
Fast forward to Monday, the governor signed another $7 million increase just for training school.
It's just critical. If you look at the fact that people will not be deterred from speeding or other violations if they do not see the highway patrol.
And MHP says the goal is to have 60 new troopers patrolling the streets by 2015, which they say is a huge need for the department.
Well, as of right now, we have 492 sworn troopers in the state of Mississippi. Unfortunately, we have 120 that are eligible for retirement today. And we're hoping they're going to stay around until we can get some of our numbers, beat up.
Lieutenant Polo says right now, some troopers are patrolling as many as 2 or 3 counties by themselves. So he's ready to get the school underway as soon as possible. At the state capitol, Emily Alexander, 16 WAPT News.
The governor also signed 2 other law enforcement bills today. One will provide additional assistant district attorneys to districts that need them. The other will establish DNA testing for certain felony offenders. A homeless man accused of attacking a JPD officer at Waffle House has been ordered to undergo a mental evaluation. Calvin Wright appeared before a judge today to face a charge of assaulting a police officer. The incident happened in March at the Waffle House off I-55. Investigators claim Wright hit the officer with a glass coffee pot. The officer had to be treated for burns to his face. Wright is due back in court in a week on April 28th. Ridgeland police are looking for 2 people accused of stealing $500 in cash from the S-Mart on North State Street. Now, police tell us this happened last Friday. The woman in this video served as lookout while the man took cash from an employee's purse at this store. If you can help Ridgeland police solve this case, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen, 601-355-TIPS. New tonight, Airwaves has lost its contract to maintain Hinds County's communication towers. The Board of Supervisors voted today to end the Airwaves contract that applies for emergency radio communications and tower maintenance. Well, it is Denim Day. You are taking a live look just outside the Hinds County Courthouse at our own Stephanie Maxwell serving for the MC at this event. We'll tell you how it's aimed at ending domestic violence and sexual assaults. Plus, tourney time, the annual Governor's Cup pitting MSU against Ole Miss. A preview ahead in sports.
Well, it was a nice afternoon, and it's going to turn into a nice evening. Very comfortable temperatures. Winds will be light. There is the threat of rain in the forecast, though. Find out when we could see a little of that coming up. You're watching 16 WAPT News.